Assange, is it, or Assange, one of the two. But I think the guy, from what I know, from just hearing Alex Jones type stuff, and other conservative talk show hosts, I think the guy's been set, and I think even some liberals think the guy's been set up. The sex thing, I don't think there's been any rape. I think that's been determined.
Yeah, the details I've heard about it seem really vague and too vague to make a case.
Right.
But it just, okay, so he's a computer hacker guy. That's like his MO. That's what his history is he's just, he's been at it for a while. Like,
is the information that he leaked really detrimental, or is it information that couldn't have been accessed somewhere else? And I've heard that it could be. Any of the information that he leaked was already available from other sources, or has already been divulged by the government.
That's the thing. All we know is what the tidbits we've heard from the alternate media on the internet and the news media. The little tidbits we get of this report says this report says this. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going and reading the actual reports.
Yeah.
So, even on the big picture, it can be spun. It's just so easy to spin just by giving little bits and pieces of it. But yeah, all the information on it that I've read is stuff that you could access from various other sources. Yeah. But
it's another thing that government does sometimes if they want to ruin somebody or make an example of them. They'll allege that it was secret or classified information is top secret, and that you put people's lives at risk and blah blah blah. And when it's really not true.
no,
It's part of their leverage for getting people to turn against them. Possibly.
and ultimately, it's all part of the reality pop culture show that's going on.
And
Hey, there's this amongst the nations in the house, the nations that have relationships with each other. Julian Assange got information from one and gave it to the others.
It's so intertwined and confusing as to what nations. I mean, there's counter spies for the counter spies. And, nothing's safe anymore. Nothing's sacred.
Yeah, no, but have you heard any detailed of any information that came out that had to do with like a government conspiracy, or the CIA being behind Al Qaeda, the CIA operation?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's been out for a while.
I know, but has WikiLeaks, has any of that stuff had anything to do with that?
I don't know.
No, it hasn't. I mean, you go do your research. It's all mundane details about operations in Iraq, and
Well, then the other avenue, or the question you have to ask yourself is what this guy came out with, is it all truthful? Is it all factual and truthful?
it's not. No,
It's
all propaganda too. Because it all has to do with
then I think
America's supposed policy with Afghanistan, or America's supposed policy with Iran, where you and I both know their real policy they don't write reports about.
Well,
they don't.
Somewhere it's documented somewhere, whether it's on microfilm or in book form or hidden away and put under lock and key. I don't know.
Oh, sure, but they have enough control of the media, the whole media, to where
a renegade or somebody that wants to be within the fight gets his information out somehow. He gets. I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, just from.
If it can be proven that he didn't lie or he didn't make it, that it's not propaganda, I think the guy has the right to do it. If he's one of these
My
people
whole point is it's not sensitive information. It's all blown out of proportion, and it's a big fake show, entertainment for the news radio to talk about.
One more thing, that the sleight of hand trick that they can get. Here's the media, here's the TV. Watch the TV, keep your eye on TV, and what that allows them to go on back here with the New World Order stuff.
Right, and if they can convince enough people that, hey, your security is at risk through the internet, we need to shut down the internet.
See, that's the whole thing. That's the one thing that
we need more control of the internet to keep you safer. If they can convince enough people of that.
I've kind of drawn that from it, that may be the primary reason that they did it, is to get people up in the air that we need to stop this kind of stuff. I've got this book.
Yeah, it's probably got a lot of conspiracies.
Something like that.
Who's there? Rich Blaze wants to show you some contraptions.
Hey, Blaze, he
can see you.
Oh, you can see me?
Yeah, this is a camera here.
You know, Blaze, about 40 years ago, let's see, I would have been 22 or so, maybe 25, they told us that someday that people are going to have phones and you're going to be able to see who you're talking to. And I thought, not in my lifetime they won't. Here it is. Hey, can you read between the lines, Blade? Oh, no. this is uh-oh, that wasn't me. That's, yeah. Sure. And then when I was in high school, people used to take shorthand, and this is all I learned. That's pretty neat, Blaze. Yeah, okay. That's kind of scary. Yeah, there's a shining light behind me. There we go. Okay. All right. What does one of these things cost?
This is like a computer, a miniature computer.
Wow.
Like it accesses the internet. Obviously, doesn't have a
$300 or $400,
keyboard.
4, 5, 3.
No, how much, Blaze?
That's not bad for what it does.
No. And you can use it as a phone somehow. Can you? Could you call my phone on one of these? Can you use Skype and use... Yeah, I mean, they have phones that are shaped like this and do everything this says. They're called iPhones.
Okay, yeah, I've seen people with iPhones and using them and stuff.
This is just like the simpler
And
version.
they showed me, is this one of those that you can do this on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Man, it's just
It's
growing by leaps and
unbelievable.
bounds.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, one day it's technology,
No,
and the next a week later it's old stuff. You know. Pretty.
This is the comparison. This is how I like to explain it to people. The analogy. Whenever human beings were starting to just become conscious, if we are evolving out of unconsciousness, we went through this period. This is just according to some anthropologists and evolutionists.
Gotcha.
That the period that it took for us to go from the primate to the conscious human being, it was just like this rapid development of memory, us gaining
I don't
memory.
believe in any kind of evolution. Chromosome and DNA and RNA, from what little I know about it, it has your characteristics. It says that you're going to have 5 fingers. You're going to look, similar to one of your parents or both of them. I just don't believe in any kind of evolution.
Well, not even evolution. Let's say your evolution from an unconscious baby to a conscious adult. Can we talk about that?
Okay.
The period
No, that I can go with.
when you're becoming from about 3 to 6, when your memory is just developing and you begin to have a real short-term memory. The amount that your memory increases, that your brain increases memory, just the rapidity of it. It's all the technological world. The computer is almost at that point. Like it started out as an infant, like really slow progression.
I see. So it's increasing exponentially.
And right, just in the past decade,
Oh yeah.
the exponential increase is it's leapt forward.
Uh-huh.
And that's the comparison everyone's making.
I see.
Is it's that quick.
I see.
So the artificial intelligence, that's the conclusion that a lot of people want to come to, and that's
But what does that entail?
that's what we're drawing the dialogue into. What?
I mean, when it gets to that, I mean, what's to keep the computer from doing away with this and just making
Oh, that's what a lot of people think, that a computer's in charge right now, and it does think that humans are
It's
the
bizarre.
virus. The whole green movement is a computer movement. It's the Earth automatically wanting to kick us out.
So much of the information we're receiving, that we're getting about the green movement is wrong.